Praise be to Jesus. We thank God for your lives. And the heart is still unfolding. Revelation is coming to us. And we must just apply it. In Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 2 to 5, the Bible said that God himself led them 40 days through the wilderness to test their hearts. Now, those were the Israelites. Let's look at Matthew chapter 4, verse 1 to 4. Then Jesus was led up by the Spirit into the wilderness. Now, there's something common between the two scriptures. What is that? In Deuteronomy, God led them into the wilderness. Here, Jesus was led by the Spirit. So when you are in a dry place, in a season of suffering, in the season of dryness, no flow of revelation, no flow of purpose, where it seems everything is down, don't conclude that that is the work of the devil. Because there's a wilderness experience everybody must have. There's a testing that, he said, Jesus himself was led into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. So he was led to be tempted. The Israelites were led to be tested to know what was in their heart. God does not tempt. God tests, but the devil tempts. But Jesus' trial, verse 2, and when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, afterward he was hungry. Now when the tempter came to him, he said, if you are the Son of God, command that these stones become bread. And he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of God. In your testing moments, in your dry moments, that is where you'll be confronted with wants. You'll be destitute. So the temptation will come where it will be difficult for you to resist. But what happened to Jesus here? If the Spirit led you to be tempted, the Spirit was also testing his heart. Now this is a test to see your sonship and identity, whether you conform to the word of God, whether you rely solely on God because the place is dry and anybody can offer anything to you. Jesus passed two tests: the temptation of the devil and the testing of God in his heart. He was tempted to know, there was a scrutiny whether he will obey, he will align with the word of God. And then when he came out, he said, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me. If Jesus was taken through a wilderness experience, you are not exempted. He passed the test and he didn't succumb to this temptation. And he came out and launched himself into ministry. If you are going through a challenge right now, it is God scrutinizing the condition of your heart to bring you to the level of humility. He's working humility in you. There is an internal scrutiny to ascertain your readiness, your value, your genuineness. God is testing your obedience, your establishing obedience concerning matters of his commandments. So God tests a desire for every child of God. But the difference is the longevity of the wilderness experience. It will be better for you to pass the test and come out, or you keep suffering in the wilderness. Jesus passed the test, and when he came out, he moved in glory. This is not the work of the devil. This is the God scrutinizing what is in your heart, whether you will obey his word, whether you will rely on him. It is a dry place, but God will still sustain you. But I will urge you, I will encourage you not to remain in the wilderness. You need to pass the test, for there is a purpose for you. This is Pastor Edamadum, and God bless you.